if you're not happy, why not just have a conversation? Everybody wants to be grown until it's time to have a conversation. What common mistakes do people make when choosing a life partner? We are getting grown. You better be looking for somebody who can feed your mind and feed your soul and feed you spiritually and feed you emotionally. What's up, my magic beauties? It's your girl Missy Magic, and I'm back with another episode of In the Life with Missy Magic. To my new people, hey y'all, I'm Missy Magic. To my returning people, welcome back, y'all.
2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, baby, later you can show me things.
So, welcome back to another Let's Talk About It video. Cause who doing it like me? Oh, okay. Miss Tori Denise already told y'all. She thought we was the same age the way I talk, you know. So make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel because she almost at 1K. Well, she's almost at 1K when I'm making this video, but by the time this video drop, y'all need to have my sis past 1K. But yeah, she always tell me that I'm well beyond my age, and people always tell me that, and I think it's the way, really the way that I speak, my perspective on things. So this Let's Talk About It video is gonna be a little different. So I be on Twitter all the time, y'all. I be on Twitter. I love Twitter. I want to be a Twitter. But so what I did was I be on there quoting a whole bunch of tweets, and I be voicing my opinion. So I was like, well, why not, you know, quote the tweet that I quoted so that I can, you know, talk to my magic beauties about it instead of just tweeting about it. So most of them will be tweets that I have already quoted and talked about on my Twitter, but you know, you can only say so much in a tweet. You want it to be really quick and really short and really sweet, so I'm gonna just go in depth on this video. But enough with the rambling. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna talk about it. So the first one, I think I'm gonna put the tweets on the screen for y'all so y'all can see for yourself. So this first tweet says, why aren't relationships lasting nowadays? I think it's a variety of reasons why relationships are not lasting nowadays. For one, everybody wants what they see on social media. For example, you go and you scroll on Twitter and you scroll on Instagram. It is a lot of girls that are getting wine and dine. They're getting the flowers weekly. Some of them are getting them daily. They're getting the nice steakhouses. They're getting the Benz. They're getting the designer clothes. They're getting the designer shoes. They're getting the watches. They're getting the whole 9 yards. And I feel like a lot of people see that on social media and they want it. Not saying it's not realistic, but it's like you're wanting because you're seeing it on social media. You're not wanting because that's what your heart and your soul wants. You just seeing it on social media and you think it looks good, and that's why you want it. Now y'all gotta keep in mind, those same girls that are posting all of those things, you never know. They men could be cheating and they could have just took their nigga back. You never know. That's why when I see people on social media, I'm not saying, you know, of course I'm always happy for people who are genuinely in love, but I never say like this is goals, or I want to be like them, or I want this, or I want that, because it's like you don't know what it took for them to get there, and then you don't know what either of them are putting each other through to keep up this image, because a lot of times it's just be keeping up an image. So a lot of people don't have realistic relationship goals, honestly. And they're looking on social media and they want what they see on social media. A lot of people do not know how to be loyal or faithful, so it's a lot of cheating going on. And I never understood cheating. It's like if you're not happy, why not just have a conversation? Everybody wants to be grown until it's time to have a conversation. Until it's time to talk and speak about your feelings, everybody's grown. You're not grown if you don't know how to speak about your feelings, or if you don't know how to communicate your feelings. Yeah, effective communication comes with being grown. So don't say you grown and you can't effectively communicate. So there's a lot of cheating going on. And I was talking to this one guy. He was like, it's not as easy as it sounds. Maybe not, but fucking do it. You're grown. Like, so a lot of cheating going on. I feel like another reason why relationships aren't lasting, because a lot of people give up easily. and I feel like I'm one of those people, but I'm really not, because I give chance after chance after chance, and I stick with somebody, and so I just can't no more. I stick until I reach my breaking point. But yeah, I think a lot of people, they give up too easily. It's like one small hiccup happens in the relationship and they ready to just be done and move on to the next. Like, I don't get that. Like, if you say you want to be with a person, and you say you want a person, then why not work through those things to ensure that y'all are together? Especially if it's something like a miscommunication. Why would you want to break up over something so small? You know, like, miscommunication happens all the time. That's what it is. It's just miscommunication. You thought it was something and it was something else, or they meant something and it was something else. It's something that can be talked out. That's where communication comes into play. So those are a few reasons why I think relationships are not lasting. Of course, I could go on and on and on, but we're just gonna go to the next topic. Let's see. What common mistakes do people make when choosing a life partner? That is another tweet. I did not comment on the first one or this one on Twitter, so y'all getting real raw answers like y'all always do. Now for this one, I think my number one thing, what I think is, people are looking on the outside. That's all I'm gonna say. They looking at how attractive a person is, if a person has pretty eyes, or if a person has nice shoes, or if a person has nice teeth. They're looking at the outside, and they're picking their partner based on how attractive they are to this person, not even knowing what kind of person they is. This can be the finest man on earth or the finest woman on earth, and they have no personality, they have no sense of humor, and it's like we pick them because they're appealing to the eye. I think that is the number one common mistake that people make when choosing a life partner, because it's like, you can't do nothing with somebody that just look good. I'm sorry, like, we getting grown. We are getting grown. You better be looking for somebody who can feed your mind and feed your soul and feed you spiritually and feed you emotionally. Like, okay, yes, it's good to have somebody that's nice to look at or fantasize over. That's good, but it's like 9 times out of 10, the finest motherfuckers can't do nothing for you. Like, nothing. Can't hold a conversation. Someone be nasty, don't clean up. That goes for both sexes. Like, that's my answer, and I'm sticking with it, and I think that's a damn good answer. Let's see. Okay, so I got this post off of Facebook, and I screenshotted it because I agreed with it, so I'm gonna put it on the screen and we're gonna talk about it. Until you date a generous man, I didn't say rich, you'll understand that men love to provide for their women. They don't wait to be asked. They genuinely find joy in doing it. They take initiative, and they know your favorites, and they will order them. Now, I can say that I've, experienced some of this, but I agree with this post. Like, I haven't had like 100% generous man who just wants to do without me. Well, I take that back. The last guy, he was a very generous man and would do things without me asking. Like, I have an anklet that he got me from K's that I have not taken. I've taken off once. Like, I take showers with it and everything because it's real, so it's not gonna change colors. So I asked him for it, but he told me he had already bought it before I asked for it. So that is an example of a generous man. And like they said in this post, they did not say rich, they said generous. And that, I think too many women are trying to look for a rich man and not a generous man, because if you get a rich man, understand that he can buy you. Like, if he messes up every single time and all he has to do is buy you a designer piece or give you some money or take you on a trip, then he's gonna continuously do whatever he wants to do because he knows that he can buy your love or buy your loyalty or whatever the case may be. So I really do agree with this post. I hope, or women and men, they need to date generous people and not look at people's pocket. I'll say that. Next one, that's a good one, but I'm gonna save that for my special guest. Okay, This one. Do you care if your significant other's family likes you or not? Me, I do. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I used to be like, I don't care if his family don't like me. I'm with him and not his family. But the older I got, the more my answer changed. It's like, I'm a very family oriented person. I love to be around family. I love to do different things. Even if we finna have like a sip and paint at the house with all the family members, I love stuff like that. So the fact that we finna have a sip and paint with your family and your folks don't like me, I'ma feel out of place, I'ma feel out of order, and I'm just gonna feel uncomfortable. I don't ever want to be in a space where I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that do not like me, because it's like, if all of y'all don't like me, that's what y'all got in common. Y'all all don't like me, and that means y'all can do anything, you know. And I never want to be put in a situation where I'm with my man and his family don't like me and they jump me and he gotta pick a side. You know, I don't want to ever be in that situation. Like, my man's family liking me is very important to me. It's very important to me. Like, yeah. And I feel like that would be really tough for me to be with my man and I know his family don't like me. And that would be really hard for me to decide on if I want to stay with him or not. Because, like, what do you do in that situation? Let me go take this damn toy from here and we're going to get to the next subject. Alright, we back. I be having to take that toy from him and I give it back once I'm off camera. Let's see what else do I have. Okay, how much do your parents' opinion matter? And that's not just with relationships, that's with anything in life. How much does your parents' opinion matter? Me, it matters. But at the end of the day, I still have to do what makes me happy. So of course I will always listen to my parents' opinions and try to weigh out my options with whatever situation it is. But I also want to do something that makes me happy. So, you know, I know our parents have been where we are and they've gone through what we've been through, so you know, they're not telling us, 9 times out of 10 they're not telling us anything wrong. But whatever the situation is, they have to have a legit reason on why they're feeling the way that they feel, because you gotta be honest, some parents do not want to see you do better than them. So you just gotta come with the facts, you gotta come with the logic behind whatever your opinion is. Even if I don't go with your opinion, that's fine, but you still have to be a parent and give me opinions here, you know, from time to time on certain topics. But as far as that, I do care about their opinions. But like I said, I will always do whatever makes me happy, because if I'm listening to my parents' opinion and I'm taking their opinion and following their opinion, using their opinion every time, and that means I'm doing what makes them happy or doing what they think, and I'm not really considering my feelings and my thoughts. And you know, that's what it is. And what I was gonna say, people who listen to their parents about everything scare me. That, like, they scare the hell out of me. Like, someone who's really close to one of their parents, it could be a mom or a dad, and every time they tell them that they need to do something or they shouldn't do this, they listen. They scare me, because it's like, it's nothing wrong with listening to your parents, but it's like, when will you have a mind of your own, or when will you take your own feelings and own thoughts into consideration and start doing things that makes you happy instead of, you know, constantly trying to make your parent happy. You know, those people, they kind of scare me, because it's like, can you think for yourself? I'm sorry if somebody get offended by that, but that's how I be feeling sometimes. Okay, next one. Now, this is 2 tweets, so it's somebody tweet something and then India quoted it. So I'm putting it on the screen, we're gonna read both of them. So, part of loving someone unconditionally is seeing the worst parts of them but not letting those moments define who they are. And of course, India quoted it and said, I don't think anyone deserves unconditional love but your children. And as you can see, there's a comment, and she said everybody deserves unconditional love because we are supposed to love like God loves, and that's how he loves us, Pooh. And she proceeded to say, no thanks, boo. I genuinely feel like everybody in this world deserves unconditional love, because, you know, you got to put yourself in that situation that you just said. You just said that, well, whoever feels this way, what India said, she said that she only thinks children deserve unconditional love. So does that mean you only deserve unconditional love from your parents? I want unconditional love from my parents, from my friends, from my man. Like, I feel like everybody deserves unconditional love. And it's like, if you put it into a category of just loving your children unconditional, it's like so many people are left out of that unconditional love, you know. So it's like, I'm a child. I have a mother and I have a father and I have a stepdad and I have a stepmom. But it's like, what if I don't feel unconditional love from them? And then what if a man comes along and I feel unconditional love? So that's why I feel like everybody deserves unconditional love, because if you put it in this category of only these certain people only deserve unconditional love, there's just so many people left out of that love, that unconditional love space. So that's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, I think leaving your friends out of your relationships, even simple talking stages, is best. Absolutely, absolutely. Like, lately I've been venting to tears a lot about my person, but it's not like something like really serious. But even then, I don't usually vent about it. But I agree, because it's like, once you start venting to your friends and then a man or a woman start doing you wrong, they start feeling the type of way about the man or the woman. They don't want to deal with the man or the woman, and they kind of like hold their grudge and they hold it over that person's head. And say y'all get back together, it's like, okay, well, he did this and that, or she did this and that, and I don't forgive them, and I don't want you to be with them, so I'm never gonna like them. But you back with them because you love them, and they still holding this grudge. It's like, that's the number one reason why I feel like people should not vent to their friends about their significant others. Because it's like, you tell them one time that they did something wrong, they're gonna automatically not like them forever. And plus, it's like, whatever problems that you're having with your significant other is between y'all. The problem between y'all, only y'all two can fix that problem. Of course, you can always get opinions, but the thing about venting to your friends, a lot of times your friends have not been through what you're going through in your relationship. Especially at this age, we haven't been through much unless you've been in like a real serious 3+ year relationship. That's when you really go through stuff with somebody. But a lot of times when you vent to your friends, they can have as many opinions as they want. But like I always say, you don't know what you will do until you've been through it. And that's why I encourage a lot of people not to say what they will or won't do until they've been in that situation, because you never really know what you'll do in whatever situation until you put in that situation. So that's another reason why I feel like you should not vent to your friends about your significant other. Let's see, how do you feel about 6 a.m. flights? I love 6 a.m. flights when I'm going to my destination, because the flight to my birthday trip is an early flight. But when we coming back, ain't no 6 a.m. flights, because you know when you go out of town, you want to go out with a bang. So your last night, most times you be out late, you get drunk, and who want to be at a 6 a.m. flight? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the 6 a.m. flight if I'm coming back home from out of town, because I know 9 times out of 10 I done got lit the night before and probably just got in the room 2-3 hours before a 6 a.m. flight. So yes, I love 6 a.m. flights going to my destination because I be so excited. But coming back, I need a little later. I need a little later flight. Let's see. Okay, this one. I'm definitely a quitter when it comes to with these niggas, because you're not about to stress me out. Them others can have you for real. 100% agree. Because one thing about me, I'm too young to be stressing over a nigga who not doing what he's supposed to be doing to make me happy. If I'm doing my part and I'm making you happy, then you need to be reciprocating the energy. Now, if I'm not making you happy, come to me, you know? Come to me. I cannot read minds. But yeah, I'm not stressing over no man. I'm not finna let no man drain me. I've dealt with so many different men, and I've been through so many things with so many different men. It's just like, I don't have the energy for a lot of things anymore. So if you are not trying to contribute to my happiness, or you can't be like a positive impact on my life, you can go. You can go. And I'm heavy on the they can have you, especially if you thinking you finna deal with me and somebody else at the same time. I will politely let her have you. I ain't with the arguing with no female over no nigga. No sirski. Okay, let's see. Is long distance a non-negotiable for you? Not at all, because I've done it before, but I don't want to ever do it again, honestly and truly. It's not as bad as people think it is, but for me, I just feel like I'm too emotional for it. Like my previous thing was long distance, and I felt myself, or I found myself like crying. And it's not because he wasn't making me happy, or it's not because he was hurting me, or he was out here doing things to make me cry. It's the fact that I missed him so much. I didn't know when I would see him again because of both of our works, really because of his work schedule, because I pretty much had like a steady schedule. So oftentimes I would just like cry because I was just so sad, because I just would crave him sometimes, because I get very attached to people. And so that's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't do it again. But it's not like a non-negotiable. Like if I am, you know, have invested my time with somebody and we are together, and say I moved to another state and he's still in the state that I just moved from, and he's about to move where I'm moving like a few months, then that's different. But as far as like starting out as long distance, I don't think I'll ever do that again. It's just me. But like I said, it's not as bad as people make it seem. So if you are thinking about doing it, or if you have to do long distance, do it. Because if you really love a person, y'all gonna make it work. Okay, third wheeling two girl best friends is much worse than third wheeling a couple. I 100% agree, because it's like, okay, third wheeling a couple, you already know they gonna be lovey-dovey and doing what they doing. But it's like third wheeling two best friends, they have like they inside jokes, and then they have, you know, things that they talked about when you weren't there, so they can laugh and giggle about certain things, and you just standing there. It kind of makes you feel alone. And I feel like one of the worst things is when you feel alone but you with people. It's like, how am I feeling alone but I'm with y'all? So that's why I was like, I think they are definitely worse than like third wheeling a couple. Last but not least, do y'all expect your person to talk to you every day? I'm gonna let y'all answer it, because it's not fucking rocket science. Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying that a person has to talk to me all day every day, because like I said, we are getting older. We're in our we're getting older, and we're trying to build our lives out. We're trying to build our lives out right now. We are in our 20s. 30s are years away, you know, so we're trying to set the foundation. So no, I don't expect you to talk to me all day, but every day, yes. Because it's like, if you say that you're so interested in a person, how could you ever go a day without talking to them, is what I don't understand. Maybe I'm just a little bit too attached to people, but I feel like that's very logical of me to feel that way. Because it's like, you say you want certain things from a person, you say you want to build being with a person, or you want to eventually be with a person. How do you think you're gonna go without talking to me? Like I said, it don't gotta be all day, but check in, communicate. If you're gonna be busy, let it be known. But that is it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this Let's Talk About It video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also pick your favorite topic and comment down below. Talk to me in the comments. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next episode of In the Life with Missy Magic. I'm in prison, yeah, yeah. Straight out of the trenches, yeah, yeah. My niggas